Good day. It's September 12th, 2024. So I'm recording this video to mention something that just occurred to me, which is a very interesting subject that a lot of people have a problem with. It gets people going, you know what I'm saying? So, the way that God made us and made everything, King Solomon's talked about it a bit in Proverbs, and it's in Psalms, and it's in other books in the Bible. It's the nature of the heart of man, with and without God's love in it. Why are humans so corrupted without God's love in their life? Well, that's how God made us. And anybody who has a problem with that should talk to God about it. I've had a problem with it for a long time. And I know what the difference is of having God's love in my heart and not having God's love in my heart. So, when humans can finally accept that basically without God's love in our hearts, that we're basically a bunch of sick freaks, a bunch of sick, evil freaks. Like, we're prone to being sick, evil freaks without God's love in our hearts. It's the truth. And God made it that way for a reason. And now here's the part that people have a really hard time accepting, which it doesn't matter how anybody feels about it at all. It's just the way it is. So he made us this way so that we could want him to take care of us. Because he knows what's better for us than we know for ourselves. And he will let us do what we want until we want him in our lives. He lets us find out the hard way. That's what free will's all about. I was just talking about it in the gas station I was at. That basically Adam and Eve, they disobeyed God, but they didn't trust God all the way. There was something there that made it so that they thought, well, maybe listening to this serpent will, bring us something better. This is how God made everything, man. And the illusion is that we'll be able to find love and good things in this world and this existence without having God's love in our lives. It just doesn't work right, man. It's the only way. I'll talk more about this for quite some time. These are things that people don't want to accept, but the sooner that people can accept these things, the better off they'll be. I'm not just talking about a single person. I'm talking about the entirety of the human population on this planet. And apparently, the ones that don't qualify as humans anymore, I guess they don't matter anymore, man. If they're an abomination that God's just gonna need to get rid of because they're just being too prone to evil. Well, it's like any situation. You got a bunch of sick, evil freaks running around. What do you do about it? Do you just let them keep being sick, evil freaks, or do you do something to deal with the problem? This is something to ask law enforcement. What are you supposed to do about a bunch of sick, evil freaks going around terrorizing people? Isn't that why they carry firearms? The hypocrisy is amazing. Oh, yeah, so these are things that were occurring to me in the gas station that I should talk about. And God was like, yeah, okay, This is stuff that people have a hard time accepting. Either because they don't want to believe in God or they can't believe it's true. It's like, hey, why would God make things like this? Yeah, that's where I've had a large problem. I've been mad at God plenty of times, dude. I'm like, God, what is this, man? I already know the secrets, but I'm still like, what is this? Like, what is this? And part of the truth that people have a hard time accepting, too, is that God didn't create the whole problem. Part of it's man's fault. Yeah, God created conditions that allowed for these things to happen, but he didn't ultimately choose to, like, for example, damage the fabric of reality so that now all this paranormal nonsense is going on. God didn't do that. It was man, and man's being influenced by all this wickedness. It's not okay, man. Like, the illusion, like I said, is that man can, like, somehow find some sort of, like, satisfaction and contentment and, like, thinking that they're going to find better in this world without having God in their lives. It doesn't work like that. What ends up happening is they turn into a bunch of sick transhumanist freaks that try to enslave the whole population on the planet. That's what ends up happening. They turn into a bunch of atheist scum. Stop now. I hope Noah Yuval Harari enjoys my latest video.